Hello everybody, and welcome to the Essential Guide for Total War Warhammer. In this episode, I'm going to be focusing on the Empire, what their army roster is capable of, their magic users, starting positions, and how to best play as them. Starting with their army roster, the Empire have a varied selection of infantry, missile, cavalry, and artillery. They also have access to powerful melee combatants, witch hunters, and battle wizards that have access to the lore of light, lore of heavens, and lore of fire, giving you a broad spectrum of magic at your disposal. Their top tier infantry unit is the Greatswords, which are excellent in hand-to-hand combat. Halberdiers are your go-to unit for fighting cavalry and monsters. Their missile units leave something to be desired, but the handgunners get the job done in defensive lines or in flanking maneuvers. The Empire have excellent cavalry. Empire Knights, Reiksguard, and the extremely rare Demigryph Knights pack a huge punch on the battlefield. They also have a selection of missile cavalry, pistoliers, fast but weak, outriders, great against armor, and outriders with grenade launchers, excellent for breaking up large formations of infantry. Finally, their artillery and war machines cannot be matched, with something for every situation. Mortars have excellent range and pack a punch, cannons do excellent damage versus large units, Hellstorm rocket batteries disrupt the enemy advance, Hellblaster volley guns rip through units, the fantastical Luminarch of Hysh fires a piercing bolt of magical energy at units, perfect for large monstrous units, and finally, a steam tank which can engage in melee, break down gates, and target large foes for huge damage. All round, the Empire have something for every situation. However, they do not have any monstrous units at their disposal. Their wizards can be upgraded to fly Pegasus Knights, but generally, airspace around the Empire territory is vacant, leaving them vulnerable to air attacks and flanks. When fighting Greenskins, Chaos, Vampire Cants, and Bretonia, protect your artillery, and take plenty of halberdiers to deal with those nasty giants, dragons, vargheists, and Pegasus Knights. If you're fighting dwarves, you won't need to worry about large units, but you'll need to make the best of your cavalry advantage as their artillery will probably outmatch yours. The Empire have 2 legendary lords to choose from. Each come with 2 faction-wide benefits that can never be changed after you make your choice. As the Empire, you can choose between Emperor Karl Franz and Balthasar Gelt. Choosing Karl Franz, also known as the Prince of Altdorf and Elector Count of Reichland, will give you 2 faction-wide benefits. A campaign movement range of plus 5% for all characters, and a minus 10% upkeep cost for Reiksguard and Greatsword units. Karl's starting army will start with a unit of halberdiers, handgunners, and Reiksguard. Choosing Balthasar Gelt, a powerful metal wizard that can transform his enemies into lifeless golden statues, will give you 2 different faction-wide benefits. Minus 25% upkeep for battle wizard heroes, and a plus 1 to the capacity of battle wizards in your empire. Choosing Karl Franz will give you a familiar start for fans of the Total War franchise. He'll take with him some powerful infantry and cavalry, whereas Balthasar Gelt is the more adventurous choice for those out there who want to get some magic early. Of course, both legendary lords become available at some point throughout your campaign, so you don't completely miss out. You just define the starting armies you want to use and tailor your traits for the campaign. As the Empire, you'll start in the province of Reichland, owning the city of Altdorf. You'll be faced with 3 enemies right from the beginning. The Empire's Secessionists, which own all of the rest of Reichland, are a fairly tame and familiar foe. To the north, the Greenskin tribe of Skull Takers are powerful, but shouldn't be too much trouble as they are at war with other Empire nations. To the east, the Skull Smashers reside in the Grey Mountains, and will frequently raid the Reichland if you don't put a stop to them. This starting scenario will keep players busy with multiple problems and potential invasions until they can consolidate some territory. It's best to open diplomacy, filter by attitude, and befriend the Talabecland and Sturland nations, as they are your greatest potential allies. At some point later on, you could propose a confederation, merging empires together to claim their armies and territories instantly. You'll need favourable attitude to do that though. Because of this, it's best to keep Empire nations friendly toward you and fight their enemies off, garnering better relations. The technology screen for Empire is dependent on buildings. Military buildings that recruit infantry unlock technologies that allow for the improvement of that infantry, for example. Make sure you check that you have the building required to move on to the next research, else you may be left with nothing to research for a few turns, which is time wasted. The Empire have a unique offices screen. Here, you can set various lords and heroes to gain offices if their rank is high enough. These buffs tend to be faction-wide benefits such as increased income, less upkeep, faster construction time, etc., so it's best to capitalize on these ranks when the opportunity arises. The objectives for the Empire are fairly straightforward. You must control and subdue, vassalize, confederate or kill all of the other Empire nations, consolidating into one large empire. Sylvania must be reclaimed off the vampire counts, destroying them in the process, and the Chaos Warriors must be pushed back to the Chaos Wastes. That's all for the essential guide to the Empire for Total War Warhammer. Check out the guides to best learn how to play with or against the other races in Total War Warhammer. For more gameplay focused guides, subscribe for future videos dealing with Empire management and army tips. That's all for now, see you in the next one.